about now, I rarely step foot out of the county. Bad slave, I got bad spirits around me. On my high horse like a Canadian Mountie. Man are aiming to drown me, I got the patience of Gaudi.
Yo people, so I just want to make this little video to say basically I'm done with these actors now. I was going to be done last year at some point, and then I got an extra burst, mostly just because of the winter. I'm not out and about as much because of the weather shit. But it's like it's apparent that basically what I've done, 2 solid years of exposing this, it's not really appreciated. People still following these idiots. You know, look at, I'm getting a lot more views these days. But really for the time and effort that I put into this, which is basically 2 solid years of exposing this, I've sacrificed a lot in my life to expose this. And I don't regret that, because I had to do it. It was just something that I had to do. My gift was is part of exposing this, but people just are still following these idiots. People, you know, relatively, I'm still not being promoted by any of these people because, well, I don't want to be promoted by these people because they're part of it. So, you know, I'm on my own path, you know, and anyone following anyone that I've called out, you're part of the problem. You're an idiot, you're a moron, you're a fucking dickhead, as I've called people many times. I stand by that. And you know, it's like I've got to go and do my life now because you know, I'm just not appreciated with this. So basically I'll be posting videos as and when I feel, mostly to do with my music, because music is my thing. So I'll still be doing truth, still be awakening people to truth, but I just won't be spending all my time trying to look at who's what, where and when, because basically I've exposed it and ultimately not enough people give a shit. Peace.
Shortly after posting this video, Sons of the Tribe took his own life. This is his story.
I take a break from a tune that makes hits off. Not the scoop or the raw of an original cast. Focus is the key to the sound you hit. Not imitate, not in the limit, cause of natural fit. That's so too fast and it clicks and right. Oh, I do the know you're feeling the don't know. The switch the left, pick up the drums, turn up the bass. Listen to the rhythm of our that's a beat. You must understand from the truth of the rap. Kitchen hip hop, hip hop, original. Trying to take a stand with the pause in which we. I thought I see respect and recognition will get applause one day. We'll have to wait for the art. And still then it's time to study. Look and look, screwing nothing, and I'm talking what I see all around. But I found it's a sound and you know it is bound to.
Despite being into UK rap from as soon as I discovered it, Sons of the Tribe had yet to appear on my radar. Sons of the Tribe were formed in the early 1990s as a punk hip-hop band. Although I have no details of the other members, Leon O'Driscoll, or Leon D, was the frontman. In old videos, a young dreadlock Leon can be seen delivering energetic performances in a variety of live events which were held during the 90s. Me myself had come to know Sons of the Tribe in around 2023. And although I initially found his content amusing, within 24 hours I removed him from my page. My last known communication with Sons of the Tribe was him making violent threats towards me, leading to him not only being blocked, but also with his name etched onto my list of pending retributions. Despite the level of the test I had for this man, I refused to even mention his name, and even discouraged people from watching his videos. Not much information about Sons of the Tribe's early life could be found, but judging from archive footage he hailed from Bracknell in Berkshire and had what appeared to be a quite decent run for a 90s hip-hop act, with performances as far away as Switzerland, with acts such as London Posse and DJ Pogo. From the outside, everything seemed normal. A young man pursuing his musical passion in a time that could easily include him as one of the UK rap pioneers. However, this would mean little to the UK rap and grime acts which would emerge in the early 2000s, and Sons of the Tribe, both the band and the individual, would find himself fading into obscurity. The problems started appearing when he started vlogging from a van.
Yo people, okay, so I thought I'd give you a, by the way, I'm in the middle of Somerset over there. I don't know if you can see it, but that's Glastonbury tour. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a little tour of my van. It's not finished yet, like still needs things done to it. It's probably about 85% finished, but so I wasn't going to do this until I finished it, but since we're on this bullshit lockdown nonsense, I thought I'd give you a little tour. Anyway, here we go. So here we go. So there is my little kitchen. As you can see, this thing, it's a pain in the arse. It's a pain in the arse, the water pump. It's definitely something I need to fix better, but it works. It works, but it spills out the bottom, and I really need an electric one, but haven't sorted that out. Gas, cool. Little grill, that is really cool. Yeah, under here, there's the water, there's the wastewater, there's the gas, my kettle. Okay, so up above here, I've got storage. Still need to insulate that really, but does the job at the moment. And then here, I've got toilet and shower. Needed, very much needed, especially in the lockdown. It's been a saviour, so I can actually have a shower. The shower I've got is like, it's only like it's a pump thing, so put that in the water, put that in that bucket, fill it with water, fill it with hot water, boil it from there. Gives me a good shower. I've got like a hole in there, so I let the plug go out, the water go out. Toilet is one of those ones you can just empty, so a saviour. So that's a saviour. That's been cool, you know. I had to have a toilet and a shower. God knows what van people are doing at the moment with no toilet and showers, because, like, you know, I go to the gym mostly for my showers. I don't often use this, but I've been using it now because I've needed it. But all the gyms are shut, so it's like, I don't know what people are doing in vans without, if they haven't put a shower in. It's like some smelly van people out there, I know that. So yeah, that's been a saviour. So I'll keep that little lock there. This is obviously, I bought this for site radio, but it also works as my radio in here, and it's priceless. Six Music is a saviour, generally, and on the lockdown for sure. Peace up. Here's my battery thing for the solar stuff. That needs to be sorted. That's really not adequate enough. I've only got a 100-watt solar panel, which I'll show you. So there's my 100-watt, and I need to get like more than 100 watts here enough. So that's like, yeah, that's saying that's my next thing, expenditure to do. So yeah, like I've got a drawers down here. So as you can see, little drawers in there, some stuff in there, all that in there, and then I've got like a drawer of stuff, you know. You have to have a drawer of stuff, man. It's just loads of good stuff. That's actually organised at the moment. It gets messy. And then I've got like a computer that I can obviously plug in when the solar's going. Joystick, always hanging with Buddha. Clock, that's really cool. Waking up and knowing what time it is. I know what time it is. So yeah, it's like that's to remind me not to smoke. Cladded. Yeah, put some pictures up to be homely, which is cool. Bob Marley, Uprising. Yeah. That's my hats thing. So it's important to store your hats so they get squashed. Found it out early. Yeah, like the bed is pretty tidy at the moment. That's the job. And as you can see at the back, I've put carpet tiles on the back. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. Carpet tiles on the back. Really chuffed with the bit that I did down here that stops all the cold air coming in the winter. So I've slept through here through all winter and it's been fine. 2 duvets. That's all you need. Yeah, like the roof. Crowded. Like there's still like bits to finish. You always need to finish stuff. There's always something to do. But yeah, so like then got the food stuff. There's not much in here at the moment, but generally you just food shop every day. Do you know what I mean? But keep stuff in there that you need. Just keeps it tidy. Yeah, like under the bed, it's just loads of stuff. And then I potentially I'm going to turn that into with a sit down and a tables and that, but I haven't needed that to do that, and maybe I will or maybe I won't do that. But it's just a bed basically with stuff underneath it at the moment, but it works fine. So hook for my clothes. So yeah, like, and a little exit through into the cockpit, which is priceless for waking up and needing to get out somewhere quickly if someone doesn't want you to be somewhere because you parked up or stuff like that. So yeah, like I think it's been stressful getting it to this stage whilst living in it and doing it up, you know, that's been hard, but yeah, it's cool. I'm happy with it. And now it's coming into summer vibes. It's like it's going to be sorted for the summer, but still need the solar power to be better. That's the main thing I need to sort out next. But yeah, thought I'd show you the van. Oh yeah, I've got like obviously the window, so that's really handy as well. Window that slides on that. So, that's the football. So yeah, that's that. That is my van so far, and I'll leave you with the sun and Glastonbury tour.
Like many, the 2020 lockdown appeared to take its toll.
For a while, wasn't sure what angle to come with, so I thought I'd come with this. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? I mean, I'm awake. I'm wide awake. And still it's fucking mind-blowing. You know, because like, to lock people down, to stop people gathering, to stop people going to the pub, to stop people going to shops, stop people working, to stop people working. I mean, that's crazy. Like that, like they've done it with relative ease. They've done it with relative ease. Like, but I'm cool with it. I'm really cool with it because I like it. I'm enjoying it. That isn't to say that I don't have moments of anxiety and panic, but like, I've been dealing with this shit for years, so I know how it works. I know how they work. I know how I know what their plan is, and that's the thing, obviously, that can drag you into the worry and the shit of what is going on. But the spiritual side is that this is happening for a reason. As I said in my other video, quarantine. The Creator has put us in quarantine. You know what I mean? And so all this craziness that's going on, and I think this is why people have generally accepted it pretty well, because on a higher level, everyone sort of knows that this world's been fucked for so long. It's all corrupt. The politics is corrupt. Nothing really gets solved. Everything's just, you know, I'm not going to say everything's getting worse, because everything hasn't been getting worse, because there's a lot of things that have been positive with, even with technology that I'm not a massive fan of. There's still a lot of positive stuff out of technology. But it's like, but generally there is a corruption, and the most important people are disconnected from the source, or, you know, a purpose in life. It's just going through the motions. And this has stopped that. Stop people going through the motions, getting up early, going to work, coming back knackered, eating, bath, discussion, telly, possibly an argument, go to bed, do it all again. Do you know what I mean? It's like all this shit that people have been going through in mundane, sort of disconnected from their true self and reality. It's all been stopped. People can't do that anymore. So now people are being forced to go within, to question, you know, like to question themselves. What are they doing? What the job they're doing? Why are they doing that? The relationships they're with it in. Why are they right? Are they wrong? It's giving people time to look at all this. And that's a really fucking good thing. You know, I mean, I've been in quarantine for 10 years, really. Self-isolation, disconnection from society, because ultimately once you do awaken, you don't really hang around with the people that aren't awake, because they're frustrating. It's a frustrating thing, because you can do it for a little bit, you know, and generally I do it at work, and that's my fill. I fill with people that aren't awake. I do it at work, and I don't want to go and hang around after work with people that aren't awake. So it's like, but you know, when I say awake, it's like I'm awake to the system and that, but I'm still going through my personal journey of awakening to my full potential. And everyone's at different levels of that. And I'm still working through that. I'm still holding like stuff that stops me moving on to my full potential. And that's the inner work. Like the inner work is the baggage that you deal with over time. And this can be from your this lifetime experiences or previous lifetimes. Incarnations from previous things, holding traumas from this lifetime or previous, and those things need the work. You know, you need to work on those and heal that stuff, otherwise you cannot live to your full potential. So that's what this thing is doing, and I think that on a higher level, even people that aren't conscious sort of get that. That's why people have been pretty chilled with it, you know. And you know, I'm sort of like, I work, sometimes don't work for a month, so this is nothing for me. The only difference is that I can't go to the library and plug in and do my stuff, like, because I've got power in my van, but it only lasts a certain amount, and it's easy to go into the library and just sit there for 6 hours and do all my stuff plugged into 240 power. So like, and it's quiet, so I like that. So I'm missing doing that. And the pub, going to the pub, watching football, just chilling in the pub. I also use the pub as my power source as well. So it's like, I'm not really missing those. I'm not really missing those, but I'm missing having that access to do that. But apart from that, and going to gigs, like, I'm missing that. But it's like, this is really like what I've been doing for years. And for the last 2 years in my van, for sure, it becomes an isolating experience because you're living in a vehicle and you're doing your thing. But because I live in a vehicle, I can move around. And obviously I just did a month. I did a month of travelling around Wales and the southwest of England, which was cool. So it's now a little bit harder for me back in Brighton because I'm in a position of you're stuck, you're staying in the same place. I'm doing little journeys rather than, 2 or 3 hour journeys to a new place that I know. So it does get a bit frustrating, but like, I know how to deal with this stuff because I've been dealing with this stuff for 10 years. So I know exactly how to deal with this. But it's like, yeah, so it's interesting. The last gig that I went to was what's his name, the jazz dude, I forgot his name, Moses Boyd. So Moses Boyd was the last gig that I went to, and the last gig that I went to, just as lockdown was happening, and I said to him, and I quoted one of his tracks, was and he says on one of his tracks that he had this moment, and he said, there is an energy. And I sort of shook his hand. I said, there is an energy. And he went, yeah, there is. And we had this little moment. And it's funny, that's the last gig that I went to. Like a few days later, everything's locked down and we're in this position. So like, you know, the universe does its thing. And everything sinks for a reason. But like, yeah, like that's what this is. It's the creator pushing people and saying, okay, you don't want to wake up to the higher reasoning, the higher purpose, the truth, the we are spiritual beings, and the ego has been driving too much of a driving force. We all have an ego, and we need the ego to drive us. That's part of it. The ego is like a wild horse. You got to tame your ego. You don't get rid of the ego. You tame the ego. You ride that ego. But if you ain't got control of the ego bucks you off. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that is the ego. You got to tame that ego. And we are both dark and light in this reality, and the ego is the dark, but it's needed, like to help illuminate the light. So it's like the yin yang, and so people are like, yeah, like this is what it's doing. It's forcing this. Like, you know, most people I know are just living from that selfish, I don't give a fuck, do my thing, earn my money, way of life. And now I can't do that. I fucking love it. Because I know that all these people that just didn't give a fuck that I've come across in my life, and just assholes, are now really fucking gonna suffer through this. I love that. That's a bit of my darkness, but illuminates my light. Because I know those assholes that have come to, this is a harder reality check for them. You know what I mean? They're really gonna have to look in the fucking mirror. They're really gonna have to look at themselves. Otherwise, they're collapsing, because those people aren't strong. Those people are weak. And they can survive in the matrix society like that because it's selfish. But you can only go so long before the universe brings what's needed for that person and now the collective to really look at themselves. So I thought I'd just drop this video, and it was really off the cuff. I didn't really know what I was going to say from it, but I guess that's what it is. So like, yeah, if you're not doing your inner work, you should be. You're wasting time. And if you are doing the inner work, and if you are realizing that the system is controlled by psychopaths that want to destroy humanity, if you haven't worked that out yet, fucking hurry up. And on the higher level, if you haven't realized that all is controlled by the creator anyway, and that all that truly exists is love and light, and that everything that happens is for a reason. And it's just fulfilling the prophecies, fulfilling the path. So, yeah, if you've not woken up yet within this quarantine, fucking wake up. Peace.
This is followed by a pro-Trump tirade in which he calls out prominent black leaders as Freemasons.
Yo, people. Okay, so I want to do a video on the black community and the struggles, and how every time people try to help them, as in black leadership, they get shot, i.e. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. The only two genuine black leaders, they got shot. All the other black leaders in any sort of sense are corrupted. It's that simple. But, you know, I'm not judging. If you know that as soon as you rise, you're going to get shot, you know what I mean? Take some fucking balls to stand up for that. But let's talk about the black leadership that in the US that is corrupted. Al Sharpton, corrupted. Jesse Jackson, corrupted. Marcus Garvey, corrupted. Now, a lot of black people love Marcus Garvey, and no doubt a lot of these people do good, but they are part of the system, so they only are allowed to do a certain amount, and they have to do certain things to keep the agenda flowing the way it wants. In other words, they're controlled opposition. They're not free people, and it's not an organic movement. Marcus Garvey is a Freemason. Look at all the pictures of him in his regalia. That's Masonic shit. And the same of Haile Selassie, which is obviously not a US thing, another Freemason. So, the main black leader of our times, Obama. The man that suckered everybody in and made all the black community go, oh man, we cool, look, we got a black president. Rappers are calling him on speed dial. Everybody's happy. And let me tell you, when Obama was elected, I cried. I was so emotional because I couldn't believe it had happened. I couldn't believe a black person was a president in the US. So I was emotionally touched by that shit. But of course, this was before I fully woke up. And now I realise that he is just a pawn. And not just a pawn, but he's done some evil shit. Look what he's done. Look at his hometown in Chicago and how the state of Chicago, or Chirac that it's called. What's up with Chirac? More deaths, or as many deaths in his years of his presidency as there was under Bush in Iraq. I mean, that's crazy. And these are black people. So what has he done? You know, I'll quote Dr. Umar Johnson, and I'll put the link in the thing below. Dr. Umar Johnson. He'll tell you on a Vlad interview about how he's done nothing and he's not a black leader, and no black men should aspire to be like him because basically he's a sellout. He's a sellout. Look at the problems in the black community. What did Obama do? He helped the gay community and he helped the females, because that is part of that agenda. They're pushing that energy, and that's what it is. So this is ultimately to destroy the black male. And they will do it with white males as well, and they're doing that. So basically it's destroy the working class male. But it's ultimately, they will go for the black male first, and they are. They've been doing it for years. But, you know, obviously the white community's got problems as well. So, like, that's why Black Lives Matter is funded by free black lesbians, angry black women that have got issues with black men. So they fund them and they promote that movement. Now, there's a video going viral on the internet, and you can look on Black Lives Matter's website, and you can see on their website, if you follow the funding on it, that the money is going to the Democrat Party, to Bernie and Biden. The money for Black Lives Matter that's being donated is going to the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party, the Demon-crat Party. That's who they are. Now, I'm not into politics and I don't take the political sides. But the Democrat Party, the Demon-crat Party, that is fully evil and corrupted. People think Bernie Sanders is some kind of hero. No. Corrupted. They're all corrupted. Obama, the man that helped destroy the black community, particularly black males. Because black males are still shooting each other in gangs in communities. And this has not been addressed properly by anyone seriously in the black community in America, and certainly not by Obama and any president. But let's see what Trump does, because for me, You cannot. The black man knows he cannot rise in the US to any kind of level without preparing to be shot. You know what I mean? That's the shit. So Trump, this is why, like, for me, like, the only in the US, the man that can help the black community is going to have to be a white man. Now, will it be Trump or won't it be Trump? Personally, it's already Trump. How well he helps the black community, that time will tell. But he's already got the jobs, the unemployment level to its lowest. So he's already done stuff. And another video went viral of a black woman from the US talking about this. He doesn't need the black vote because he had the white vote. This is why Trump's so clever. He knows how to play the chess game. And he means that he causes certain problems and this, that, and the other because people can't see he's thinking 3 or 4 moves ahead. So, this is why a black man will, in the US, cannot save the black community. It will have to be a white man. So, time will tell if it's Trump, but I just wanted to drop this because I see what's going on with it all. Black Lives Matter is completely corrupted. Proof that there's funding going to the Democrat Party, to Biden and Bernie. I mean, listen, Biden is like some kind of sleazy jerk. I mean, how they expect him to beat Trump is hilarious. He's just a pest. He's a sex pest. So, maybe it's a good move. Trump will wipe the floor with him. But, Trump's working for a higher power. I know a lot of people don't believe that. You don't have to like the guy. Just look at the statistics and what he's achieving and what he's doing. So anyway, I thought I'd just drop that. Keep opening your minds. Keep awakening people. Keep it real. Peace.
He then went on to attack high-profile conspiracy theorists such as Mark Devlin, accusing him of being a Freemason.
Yo, people. So, I'm in the mood to expose some fucking arseholes in this movement. And this video is about this fucking prick here, Mark of the Devlin. And here he is with one of his books. Now it seems, if you write a book, you become a proper truther, and you seem then to be exempt from researching people you interview or people that interview you. And this photo here just cracks me up. I mean, look at his fucking pasty head. Look how fucking ill he looks. And he's stuck a fucking light behind him. What a fucking wanker. Now, I have never trusted this prick because his name, Mark Devlin, Mark of the Devlin, Mark of the Beast. Now, I do not know if that is his real name or not. But let's just say that is his real name. I'm telling you, the universe does not lie. Now, I've been awake to what's been going on for nearly 10 years. And I've been to a few places, meetings, whatever, early on. And then I just came out of it. Because I just realised this movement is full of fucking egotistical arseholes. But I have constantly kept an eye on these truthers and what they're up to. And every so often, I've watched or listened to Mark's videos, listened to a podcast. Now, I'm sure a long time ago, he said his dad was a Freemason, but I quote one of the good ones. And someone else told me that as well. Now, I may be wrong with that information, and if I'm wrong, I will edit and say that I'm wrong. But I was told that, and I remember that, so I think this is the case. So Mark's dad is a Freemason. Now, what triggered me to do this video, and I've been waiting to do this video for a long time, and it's been building. I watched one of his videos, and he quoted Louis Farrakhan of the Nation of Islam. Now, anyone who's a proper researcher knows that Louis Farrakhan is a Freemason. And here is a picture. Just Google Louis Farrakhan Freemason and there we go. He is part of it. And I'm telling you now that Louis Farrakhan ain't even black. He's an actor and he plays other roles. And the Nation of Islam was set up to keep the divide and conquer between the races. So it seems that Mark doesn't like to research or only likes to research a certain subject. Or is it that he likes to promote his Freemason buddies? And here he is with his Freemason buddies in some really, really embarrassing photo that some fucking prick made who actually done us all a favour and showed us who the fucking shills are in this truth, laugh out loud, awakening movement. And here he is with one of his Freemasonic buddies, David Icke. Now this is one of his podcasts or something that he guested on, Dancing with the Devil, unpacking the hidden symbolism in the music scene. Isn't it funny how Mark seems to unpack the hidden symbolism except for when his Freemason buddies do it? And for those of you that don't believe David Icke is a Freemason, here he is doing Illuminati triangle symbolism and Masonic hand claw symbolism. And here's some other Illuminati Freemason puppets. Jay-Z, here's some others all doing the triangle, just like Mark of the Devlin's best buddy, David Icke. And in case you didn't realise what the Masonic hand claw symbolism is, here's another few Freemasons just showing you what it's all about. Not hard to research if you research properly. But of course, he's not just buddies with David, he's buddies with Gareth, and he's been on Iconic. Hilarious. And here we have Gareth Icke with checkerboard Freemasonic symbolism in the background. And also a picture of him with a black eye, like the famous Illuminati Black Eye Club. Coincidence? I think not. And if you still weren't sure that Gareth Icke is part of it, here he is doing the Masonic Code of Silence. And here he is with another blatant shill, Max Egan. Max Egan here with a royal shield because he's a royal actor. See my videos on that. Also the shield with Illuminati symbolism in it. And this is the gematria on Max Egan, and it has 4 33s. That's right, 4 33s. And here he is hanging with Fiona Rose Diamond, aka Fiona Hind, who is blatantly controlled opposition. And here she is hanging with 2 other blatant controlled oppositions doing the 666 hand symbolism. And here is a post off her Facebook saying the devil doesn't come to you with a red face and horns. He comes to you disguised as everything you ever wanted. Blatant controlled opposition. But let's give Mark of the Devlin the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he's not a Freemason. Let's just say that his name is a coincidence. But he sure does like hanging around with all these Freemasonic controlled opposition. Very convenient if you want a career in the truth, quote unquote, movement. Laugh out loud. Peace!
While still remaining musically active, what Sons of the Tribe became known for were his videos, in which he bizarrely calls out public figures, from UK rappers to global politicians and celebrities, of being Illuminati actors.
Yo people, so maybe you're wondering why I always wear glasses. Well, this is the reason why. And if you've not seen this film, go watch it.
What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
How are you today, sir?
Okay, how's it going?
Fine, thank you. Thank you, sir.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Blinded us to the truth.
Take a look.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them.
Stay away from me.
Put these on. They have us. Look at them, they're everywhere. Our owners.
We have no other choice.
I don't like this one bit.
Leave it alone, man. It ain't none of my business, ain't none of yours.
We have been lulled into a trance.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. We're in trouble. The whole world's in trouble. Control us! You're sending some kind of signals out of TV sets.
I've got one that can see.
Mama don't like tattletale. Now we start spilling some blood.
Let's go!
Push a button.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Over the next 2 years, Sons of the Tribe would churn out hundreds of these videos, while also vlogging from his van, where signs of the decline in his mental well-being were becoming increasingly apparent. It was around this time Sons of the Tribe came onto my radar after accusing me of doing one-eye symbolism on the cover of my album, The Beast Lives. Despite even targeting me with his accusations, I quickly found myself dragged into the vortex that was his YouTube channel, clicking through videos that left me both entertained and confused. This was at the time when UK rapper Mayhem MLT went viral.
This is absolute insanity what's going on here, but I'm going to let the commentary just do it for me, right? Hold up. I'll turn the sound off. Told you, we're going to get better at this.
Excuse me, are you fucking joking? What you're doing? I can fucking see you. That's actually fucking disgusting.
A young woman found herself capturing a distressing incident on a train. To her shock, a man seated across from her was engaged in inappropriate behavior. Swiftly, she discreetly repositioned her leg and confronted him directly. Caught off guard, the man hastily withdrew his hand, concealing his actions beneath a jacket. Upon hearing her accusation, he hastily relocated elsewhere. It serves as a stern reminder that such behavior is utterly inappropriate and unacceptable in public spaces like trains.
Sons of the Tribe decided to use this as an opportunity to muddy the waters, claiming that not only was Mayhem a crisis actor, but also the victim may have been lying.
Okay, as you know, I don't really like jumping on the videos and making videos because I don't like doing it. But you know me, when I have to do it, I do it, innit? So this one is crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail about everything that's been going on this week. If you're on Facebook, you've probably seen it. Some very bad things have been happening, and obviously thoughts go out to all the victims, yeah, and all the victims of similar crimes worldwide, yeah, carried out by certain type of men. We're going to go into it about these people. There was a guy, you've probably seen him, yeah. And I at first I thought this guy, I don't know, he's talking a whole heap of madness, yeah. But I thought at least he's entertaining. You know what I mean? I was like, he's like a breath of fresh air. So within 24 hours, yeah, somehow we've got onto, you know, this was a post that had nothing to do with him. This was a post of me calling out some really bad people, some rape apologists and rapists. And then he's decided to come on the post and make a joke. At first, I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought whatever, innit? But then Nova started pressing him on it, and it was like, you know, then it all started coming out like, you know, yeah, this is fake news, and it's like, I'm not being funny. So this guy, right? Don't get me wrong, he's a nutter. He's a conspiracy theorist, extremist, yeah. So you know when you go too far with all this shit, you don't even go down the rabbit hole, you go somewhere else. And so this geezer, he's saying that it's fake news, and the girl's lying, and there's a story that's going around saying, oh, the girl was wearing some shorts, and it's a lie. Now what you got to understand, yeah, is that we know the person who they're talking about in this video that's been circulating and going viral. We know the guy, yeah. So we don't know this girl to sit there and accuse her of this and that and the other, and say that she's out here working for the system and the Illuminati, setting people up. But we do know this guy, yeah, and we can confirm that. You know what? I'll go as far as to say I'm 100% sure that what she says is correct. Her version of the events is correct. Now, people like Sons of Tribe, right, have decided to try and turn this into some sort of conspiracy, yeah. But the truth of the matter is, mate, we know these people. We know the person who's in the video. We know who he is, yeah. And the funny thing is, he's saying exactly the same things that Sons of Tribe was saying. So he's saying the exact same things. He's trying to set him up, and this and that and the other, and it's like all singing from the same hymn sheet. Yeah, you're all a bunch of wrong uns. So that's the thing. So even though Sons of Tribe is talking, you know, I'll be honest with you, yeah. And I'm not even, because a lot of people, this is another thing they're trying to do. Yeah, Sons of Tribe is mad, yeah? But a lot of people are trying to use mental health as an excuse. Yeah, so they're basically trying to use mental health as an excuse to get away with rape, yeah? And it's not happening, yeah? So let's have it right, yeah? Sons of Tribe, he claims to be sane. So we'll judge him as a sane person, yeah? But at the same time, mate, it don't look good, the kind of things you're coming out with, and the way you're trying to make light of a serious situation and trying to blame the girl, yeah. And it just, so like I said, we know the person, we actually know the person. So don't listen to these people. Like, you can, all right, you know what do you think, people? What do you think? Because he's telling me this and that and the other. Well, what do you think? What do you think is his motivation, yeah, for defending a man who's been caught masturbating on the train, yeah, on camera, yeah? What do you think? And not only that, there's a load of other stuff, a load of other previous charges that have all come up as well. So what do you think his motivation is for defending him? Because I'm pretty sure what it is. I just want I just need someone to back me up because, you know, it's my word against his, really. But what do you think?
Due to Sons of Tribe being blocked, I was not instantly aware of his death at some point in late 2025. And although it is said to be from a suicide, I cannot confirm this 100%. Due to the topics of my previous 2 documentaries forcing me to investigate this artist, personal bias has had to be put aside. And after going back through his videos, what can be observed are many factors which are conducive to a mental health breakdown. Isolation, pressure of the lockdown, dabbling with psychoactive substances such as ayahuasca, and also dabbling with occult practices. Despite this, there are many who believe what Sons of the Tribe was saying was true, with many online comments offering praise, although these fans could also be looked at as enablers, encouraging somebody with bad mental health to eventually self-destruct. The overall message of this documentary has to be the importance of mental health. It is for this reason Bad Slave has partnered with South London-based Mentalk with the hope of offering intervention to regular guys just like Sons of the Tribe before more lives are tragically ended in the very same way.
Yo, people, got a joke for you. What do you call a collection of shills? Jam for freedom.